Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The Lakers have been in negotiations to strengthen the team for next season and that Luka Doncic may be able to lead the Lakers to their 18th title. Rui Hachimura had a season of ups and downs, and in the playoffs he presented his best basketball. But the Lakers needed a big center and won't hesitate to trade Hachimura. Trade suggestion: Lakers make a trade between two teams and acquire the great center Nic Claxton. Finding a high-level rim runner to pair with Luka Doncic is likely a top priority for Rob Pelinka and the Los Angeles Lakers front office staff. The superstar forward is known to do his best work when sharing the floor with a lob threat. As such, the Lakers will likely explore every option available. The key aim is to construct a winning roster around Doncic. According to Brett Siegel of Clutch Points, Nic Claxton could be the ideal rim runner for what could be a retooled Lakers roster. Siegel proposed a three-team deal to bring the explosive big man to Los Angeles. The proposed trade looks like this. Lakers get Nic Claxton. Brooklyn Nets get Maxi Kleber, Simone Fontecchio, Paul Reed, via sign-and trade, most favorable second-round pick from Lakers Pistons Nets, Lakers 2031 first-round pick, top 5 protected, Bucks 2027 second-round pick, via DET, BKN/DAL 2027 second-round pick, via DET, least favorable of BKN/DAL. Detroit Pistons get Rui Hachimura. Nic Claxton was on Los Angeles's list of potential trade targets this season. It is expected that they will once again inquire about the 26-year-old's availability with the Brooklyn Nets, Siegel reasoned. Many have questioned Claxton's long-term future in Brooklyn due to his minutes decreasing this season. Noah Clowney saw more minutes in the frontcourt this season. The Nets have 4 first-round picks in the 2025 NBA draft. At some point, the Nets will add even more depth to their frontcourt, making Claxton more expendable. Claxton will have 3 more years left on his 4-year $97 million contract. Having a cost-controlled asset who could unlock Doncic will likely be highly enticing for Pelinka. In 70 games this season, Claxton averaged 10.3 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 2.2 assists, shooting 56.3% from the field. Underscore 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 underscore. Claxton could be a solid fit for Lakers. Claxton is the type of above-the-rim threat that could thrive next to Doncic. His ability to provide vertical spacing, both in transition and when operating as a screener in the pick-and-roll, will ensure Doncic has an ideal target man on lob passes. Furthermore, Claxton is a high-level rim protector, either as a drop defender or a weak-side roamer who rotates over to swat shots out of nowhere. There aren't many better rim runners in the NBA than Claxton, especially at his age and with his explosiveness. As such, Pelinka could potentially look to test the waters in potential trade discussions during the offseason. Underscore 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 underscore. Lakers still in limbo with LeBron James' future. In what has now become normal, the Lakers head into the summer sweating on LeBron James' future. The 40-year-old superstar has a player option worth $52.6 million. James could opt into that deal, opt out and hit free agency, or choose to retire. During a recent episode of his Mind the Game podcast, James admitted that he is yet to make a decision on his future. Taking some vacation time with the family, some of the times that you lose when you're in the 8-9-month NBA season, and see what this next journey looks like, James told Nash. I haven't had the conversation with the family yet as far as me going forward or whatever the case may be. but we'll see what happens. James' decision will likely have an impact on the Lakers' moves this summer. While Pelinka is clearly focused on building around Doncic, he must ensure James fits within the new system if he chooses to stay for another season. After all, James is still a top 10 or top 15 player in the world. And you definitely don't cast that sort of talent aside, regardless of age. Lakers' JJ Redick reveals how he'll push Luka Doncic moving forward. During his first season as the Los Angeles Lakers' new head coach, JJ Redick led his team to a 50-32 record and the Western Conference's number 3 seed. This marked the first time LA had avoided suiting up for extra games in the play-in tournament since its invention in 2021. Redick was lauded for his tactical offensive scheming, as well as for his solid efforts leading the club on the other end prior to the Anthony Davis trade. The club's lineup with Luka Doncic in tow proved dangerously unbalanced in the postseason. Redick didn't exactly help matters, often leaning far too heavily on the 5 Lakers he most trusted, All-Stars Doncic and LeBron James, forwards Rui Hachimura and Dorian Finney-Smith, and guard Austin Reaves, and exhausting them by the ends of contests in the club's eventual 5-game playoff series loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Doncic's fitness and defensive issues came into question during the series. As Kobe Price of the Orange County Register writes, Doncic apparently is hoping to improve during his first offseason as a Laker. He wants to be held accountable, Redick said. I want to bring out the best version of Luka. And that's what he wants from me. And so that's the partnership going forward. That's the expectation. The 6'6" guard, 26, averaged a solid shooting line of 30.2 points on .452/.348/.891 shooting splits, 7.0 rebounds, 5.8 assists, 1.0 steals and 0.6 blocks a night during the series. But again, he was often unengaged on defense, and looked noticeably less mobile than he has been in years past. And the Lakers did lose 4-1. And that's the baseline of what we're trying to do, Redick added of his intentions with Doncic. Let's try to bring out the best version of Luka and hopefully win a championship doing that. Austin Reaves could reportedly force Lakers' exit with big move. Austin Reaves is still under contract with the Los Angeles Lakers through the 2026-27 season, with a player option clause for that final year. The 26-year-old is now also eligible for a contract extension, which means that the Lakers could secure Reaves' future with the team this offseason by signing him to a new multi-year deal. As it turns out, however, things might not be as straightforward as some fans might expect. A new report from Sports Illustrated has revealed that while the Lakers might be willing to extend Reaves' tenure in Hollywood, the 6'5" shooting guard might not be on the same page. The Lakers can offer Reaves a 4-year, $89.2 million contract, which would be an upgrade from his current 4-year, $53 million contract. LA would love for him to sign, however, the expectation is he will decline that and opt out of his current contract after next season, SI's report read. The last thing the Lakers want is to lose Reaves for nothing. This could be the case if he decides to turn down a contract extension this summer. He would then be able to walk away from LA next year as an unrestricted free agent, potentially leaving the Lakers with nothing to show for. As such, Reaves, who underperformed in LA's first-round loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves, might just force the Lakers to trade him if they are unable to extend his deal this summer, at least according to SI. Reaves is far from untouchable, so if a deal strikes that the Lakers cannot say no to and it involves Reaves, Lakers general manager Rob Pelinka would have no choice but to pull the trigger. The report also pointed out that LA just dealt Anthony Davis in a blockbuster trade deal a few months ago, making a potential divorce with Reaves even more plausible. Rob Pelinka explains why Alex Len remained on playoff roster. Although the Los Angeles Lakers swung the most shocking deal in NBA history by acquiring Luka Doncic from the Dallas Mavericks, the deal left them extremely thin in the frontcourt. The Lakers shipped out Anthony Davis, one of their few true big men on the roster, and created a massive hole at the center position. While Jackson Hayes performed admirably in an elevated role, Los Angeles was well aware they needed to add more depth at the position. It seemed like the Lakers solved their problem when it swung another huge trade for Mark Williams, but the team later rescinded it due to concerns over his medicals. The Lakers were forced to quickly pivot and landed on signing Alex Len in free agency. Len played sparingly with LA and didn't look great in his limited minutes on the floor, though remained on the team's playoff roster. The Lakers could have waived him before the start of the playoffs to elevate one of their two-way centers in Trey Jemison or Christian Koloko, but opted not to. In their series loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves, J.J. Redick never gave Len a true look despite the team being desperate for size. Despite Len not playing rotation minutes in the playoffs, President of Basketball Operations Rob Pelinka explained that the team felt like Lex deserved a spot on the roster instead of Jemison or Koloko. Just that we thought Alex was a good player that deserved to be on our roster. And then ultimately JJ is gonna make the decision on who plays and who doesn't. Redick leaned in heavily into his small ball lineups featuring LeBron James, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Doncic. That group was able to blitz teams offensively in the regular season, but struggled heavily in the first round against the Timberwolves. Redick not turning to Len unless the game was well out of hand in garbage time speaks to how ineffective he was on the floor and a clear sign that signing another big man this summer is of the utmost importance. Aside from free agency, the Lakers should also be active in the trade market as they look to build a roster with Doncic in mind versus James. Pelinka and the rest of the front office might only have one more season with Doncic and James, so they need to do everything in their power to surround them with championship-level talent. LeBron James describes emotions after Lakers series loss to Timberwolves. LeBron James performed admirably for the Lakers in the Timberwolves series, but couldn't overcome their overall talent and depth. Following the series loss, James described his emotions and has processed them appropriately. Luka Doncic taking time to process trade this offseason. While the Los Angeles Lakers were handed a gift in Luka Doncic, they inherited a star who seemed to be damaged emotionally. After a stunning and shocking departure from the Dallas Mavericks, Doncic needed to uproot his life in the middle of the season, something the 26-year-old could have never expected at this stage of his career. Thankfully, Lakers Governor Jeannie Buss and General Manager Rob Pelinka were accommodating to their new star to help him adjust to a new chapter in LA. When the five-time All-NBA guard made his Laker debut, it did not take long for him to realize how beloved he would be in his new city. Moving to a new team and city while also dealing with a calf injury for an extended period and learning a new system and teammates could definitely take a toll mentally. Now that this whirlwind of a season is over though, Doncic is ready to decompress and process everything. Honestly, I don't know, he said when asked what he learned during this process. I'm mentally kind of exhausted from everything that happened. I know a lot of people won't believe me, but I am. I think now it's time to process everything. Not have a chance to process anything is definitely the biggest difficulty of a mid-season trade. Doncic emphasized that now is the time to take everything in and he will report back what he learned from this entire experience when next season rolls around. I don't know what I learned, Doncic said. Like I said, I think now is the time to process everything. Just emotionally, going through it all, looking back. I'll let you know in the preseason what I learned about myself. This postseason was a disappointment as no team likes to be a first-round exit, especially with Doncic and LeBron James at the helm. But, one way to look at it is that Lakers players gets a chance to reset mentally and get healthy physically for next season. An off-season to build a roster better suited around their Slovenian star can bode well for the Lakers moving into the future. Hopefully, Doncic gets the time he needs to disconnect from basketball for a while and can return rejuvenated next year. Luka Doncic and Lakers to face off against Mavericks in Las Vegas preseason game. There's no doubt that matchups with the Mavericks will carry extra weight for Luka Doncic and the Lakers moving forward. To that effect, the NBA is wasting no time cashing in on this storyline as the Mavericks and Lakers are set to face off in Las Vegas for a preseason game this October. Bronny James wants LeBron James to come back for another season. Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James has accomplished numerous things during his 22 years in the NBA, but he called playing with his son Bronny James the greatest one of them all. LeBron was not shy about letting the public know he wanted to play with Bronny in the NBA, and the Lakers made that dream a reality when they selected the latter with the number 55 pick in the 2024 NBA draft. The selection drew plenty of criticism from the league and its fans as it was considered a move to pander to LeBron, but the Lakers have been adamant that they love Bronny as a prospect and person. The father-son duo shared the floor together for the first time in preseason and officially became the first father-son pair to play in an NBA regular season game when they checked in together during the second quarter on opening night against the Minnesota Timberwolves. It was a historic moment that LeBron later said made him feel like he was floating. Following the Lakers' playoff elimination, though, LeBron has been non-committal about his playing future. However, Bronny expressed his desire to see his dad run it back for at least one more season, via Melissa Rowland of Fox Sports. "Yeah, for sure," Bronny told Fox Sports. "However long he can come back for, it's always a pleasure being around him. He's locked in. The stuff he does for his body and the preparation and stuff like that, I want to take full advantage of it." LeBron has been nothing but supportive of Bronny as he navigates his NBA career, and it's no surprise that he would want to see him back playing next season. Even though Los Angeles lost in 5 games, it was hardly LeBron's fault as he did everything the team asked of him and then some to give them a shot of beating Minnesota. While LeBron might not be anywhere close to his physical prime, he's still clearly one of the best players in the league when it comes to the playoffs. Ensuring he's healthy throughout the regular season is a challenge, but there aren't too many players a team could trust more than LeBron in a postseason setting.